Interesting. The president called me about, what is today? Monday. He called me, by the way, when you're running for vice president, you don't know what day it ever is. It's actually amazing I came up with Monday so quickly, because half the time I really don't know what day of the week it is. But 8 days ago, the president called me, and he told me that he had been, they had taken another assassination attempt at him. And of course, my first reaction was disbelief, but the first thing that I said is, sir, are you okay? Not just physically are you okay, but, that's a traumatic thing to go through, and he's now gone through it twice in as many months. And I'll tell you, Donald Trump, I really believe when you see that clip of an assassin's bullet missing him by just a few millimeters, I believe that Donald Trump is here by the grace of God, and all of us should be grateful for it. But of course, the president, when he called me, he was totally fine. I think I was more shaken up, even though I was sitting in my home safely in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think I was more shaken up by it than the president. And I said, sir, are you okay? And he responds, yeah, I'm doing fine. But I'm kind of mad because I was on the 6th hole and I was about to make a birdie and they wouldn't let me finish. And yeah, I chuckled a little bit, but then I thought to myself, isn't this the kind of person that we want to be the president of the United States, a person who can literally take a bullet, stand up, and raise his fist in defiance, a person who's more worried about missing a birdie putt than he is about an assassin's attempt on his own life, because that is the definition of courage under fire, and Donald Trump has it in spades. Because look, you're going to disagree with us from time to time. I think in this room we probably agree on 95% of issues, but you're not always going to agree with even your favorite politician in the whole world. But what we need in office is not just a person who has the right ideas on public policy or who substantively agrees with us more than the other candidate. What we most need in the Oval Office is somebody who shows courage and grace under fire. Because we know, my friends, that eventually some crisis is going to break out somewhere in the world. And we know that the president of the United States is going to be the person who gets the phone call when that crisis breaks out. Who do we want representing the American people and fighting for our interests? Kamala Harris, who's afraid of the American media, or Donald Trump, who can take an assassin's bullet in stride and get back to work the very next day? So while we may not always agree on every issue, I think it's so important that we win this race and reject the politics of censorship, violation of people's rights of conscience, and violation of Christian